comfortable seated position. Your comfortable seated position does not have to be a copy of mine, just whatever that is for you. Nice and tall. Take a big, deep, full inhale, shrug your shoulders up, and let it all go. 2 more just like that. All right. Just some basic ground rules before we get into this. Today's class is going to be, the majority of it is going to be more on the gentle mobility side, but there definitely are a few stronger elements in it. I'm going to do my best to provide progressions and different options for different people. So it is really up to you to listen to your body, to know what your body needs today, and to take the option I provide to you that is most in line with your body. You guys all know your own bodies better than I ever could. Okay, so if that means you need to just lie down and take a break, or just come to a sitting position, or just stand, that is absolutely okay. And a lot of the times for people, what's even harder than doing some big, fancy, strong pose is being able to listen to your body and treat it with compassion and just the care that it needs. All right. So, throughout a yoga practice, one of the things that makes it yoga and not just exercise is a constant focus on the breath. So I want everybody here to start to come into their slow, controlled rhythm of breathing. And throughout the practice, time and time again, I'm going to cue you to come back to your breath, but just on your own, constantly coming back to that mindful breathing. Find a rhythm that you think you can keep going whenever a pose is gentle, whenever a pose is strong, coming back to that breath. If you're panting, if you're gasping for air, it is really okay to back off and come back to that breath. All right, everybody. Make your way onto your hands and knees. Come onto the tops of your feet. Bring your toes together and knees a bit wider than the hips. Drop your butt back over your heels. Drop your elbows. Drop your head. And just melt down onto the ground. Just fully relax. Looking for some sort of sensation in your upper back, in those ribs and those shoulders. If you haven't found it, you can crawl your elbows a little bit farther forward. Noticing that even when your body is not moving in any obvious way, that it's never really still. The breath is always moving you from the inside. Take a second to connect with that sensation of the breath, feeling how you can breathe into different parts of your body. You can fill your lower back with air. You can breathe wider into your sides. Without even going deeper into the stretch, you're able to explore and feel more just by using the breath. Come up onto your hands and knees. Tabletop position. Just a quick warm up for the wrists. Come up on your toes. Bring your hands a bit closer to the knees. You rock forward, get heavy, stretch out the wrists. You rock back and stretch out the bottoms of the feet. Rocking forward and back. circles. If you're making circles, switch directions now. Come back to center. Walk those hands forward. Shake out your wrists. Set them back down for tabletop. Push the ground away around your back like an angry cat. Tuck your chin into your chest. Inhale. Exhale, come the other way. Drop your belly button down to the ground. Raise your head, raise your tailbone. With the breath. Inhale up. Exhale down. 3 more on your own with the breath. One before you meet in the middle. Same position. Okay. Shift your weight onto your left hand so your right hand comes up on its fingertips. Then if you can, your right hand lifts up all the way. Get heavier on your right knee so your left knee gets lighter and maybe that left leg lifts all the way up. Reach your right hand forward, left heel back. Good. You're just pushing that heel back towards the wall behind you, arm towards the wall in front of you. You're not arching up, you're just pushing away. If you feel your floating hip has hiked up, start to lower that down closer to the ground. Make a fist with that hand, give a thumbs up, and push that heel back, squeeze your glutes, and we're holding for 15 seconds. 3, 2, set your right hand down. Set your left foot down with a straight leg. Slide that foot out to your left side. Left foot out to your left side. If it's way far out to your side, it's a bigger stretch. If it's less far, it's a bit gentler. From here, just like going back for child's pose, you drop your butt back over the heel of your foot. And as you come back, you're dropping your left hip down towards the ground, searching for a sensation on the inside of your thigh, inside of your groin. Once you find that, come back up tall. Okay. Now at this top position, lift your left hand up off the ground. Reach your left hand tall toward the sky. Lower your hand, drop your butt back, thread the needle, reach your left hand through your body to the other side. Inhale, rise up and reach. Exhale, down and back. Inhale, rise. Exhale, down and back. Inhale, rise. Exhale, back. Last one, with the breath. Come back to center, back to tabletop. Okay. Now it's going to be the opposite side, where your right hand and your left leg lift up. Sorry, we already did that time. Left hand, right knee. Reach away. Fist, make a fist with that hand, thumb up, drive that heel back. Hold for 10 more seconds. Release the left hand down, drop the toes, bring that right leg out to the side. Sink back, find that stretch in that groin. Inhale, rise tall, right hand reaches up. Exhale, down and back, thread the needle. Inhale, rise. Exhale, twist. 3 more with the breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more. Back tabletop. Okay. About to rise up and back for our first downward facing dog of the day. So if your hands and knees are a bit closer together and you push up, it's going to be a stronger downward dog. If you walk your hands farther out, it's going to be a bit gentler on the shoulders. So just find what feels good for you. And let's all meet in downward facing dog. And just come back to that breath as we really enjoy this first downward dog. I've not done this in one of my yoga classes before. I'm actually going to play some music today. If it's not to your liking, I apologize, but just an opportunity to come back to the breath. Without me ever saying so, you always, always, always have the option to drop down to child's pose or whatever resting position feels okay. Walk your hands to the front of the mat, on your feet for a forward fold. Slight bends in the knees or legs straight, as long as you find a sensation in the back of your legs or in your lower back, and that is okay. I like to grab my opposite elbows, maybe sway side to side. Inhale, rise up halfway, make your spine as long as possible. You're reaching your head towards me. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, inhale, stand up tall, reach your hands overhead. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, reach. Exhale, sit your butt down and back in an imaginary chair behind you. It can be a very tall chair. It can be a deeper chair. As long as your feet are nice and balanced. Don't want to be rolling all to the inside of the feet. Balanced on the foot. Always coming back to the breath. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise, tall and reach. Exhale, hands to your heart. We're going to do that same thing. If you guys would like a balance challenge, then you can do this. Otherwise, perform it exactly as we just did. You're going to come up onto the balls of your feet so that your heels are floating. Throughout this whole sequence, the heels won't be touching the ground. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, sit in your imaginary chair. Heels are floating. You can float them higher. And heels down. Listen to your body. 5, 4, 3, 2, exhale, forward fold. Heels are still lifted here if you choose. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise and reach. Hands to your heart. 1 more. Inhale, reach. Exhale, sit down and back. Last 5 seconds, sink a little bit deeper. Exhale, fold. Set those heels down now if they were lifted.
going to very slowly rise up, starting at the bottom of the spine, taking 15 seconds to rise tall. 15, 14, 10, 3, 2, inhale and reach. Exhale, hands down by your side. Okay? I'm going to ask that everybody closes their eyes. If you feel unsafe, it is absolutely okay to open your eyes, but otherwise, eyes closed. Set your feet hip width apart, even with one another. For most people, hip width is a little narrower than you might expect, actually. Okay, stand tall. Find your most perfectly balanced, effortless, tall standing position. Your weight is perfectly shared between each foot. Once you have found your perfect balancing point, eyes are still closed. Create a small bend in the knees, just so they're not locked out. Shift to your left side so that slightly more weight, 60% of your weight is on the left side. Standing tall over that left leg. Shifting to the right, 60% of your weight on the right. Shifting to the left, slightly more weight, 75% of your weight. Feeling the transition, slowly shifting to the right. 75%. Shifting to the left. 90% of your weight. The right foot so light that the heel starts to lift off just naturally, but it's still on the ground. Shifting back to the right. Left heel lifts off. Shifting to the left. That right foot is now so light that if you were standing on a bug's head, you wouldn't be crushing it. If you're feeling really confident, you are allowed to lift that leg all the way up off the ground so you're balancing on the left. That is just an option. Good. If you feel your toes cramping and clawing into the ground, allow that foot to relax a little bit, to spread out. Now not just standing softly on the foot, but you are pushing that foot strong into the ground, like you are trying to leave a deep footprint in the earth beneath you. Feeling that strength, that muscular engagement all up the leg and the hip. 10 more seconds, pushing as hard as you can. For 3, 2, relax, come back to center, find your perfect balance position. Shifting now to the other side. Left foot up on the tippy toes, and maybe decides to lift all the way up. That right foot relaxing, spreading out on the ground. Starting to push that right foot down into the earth. Trying to leave an imprint in the ground beneath you. Pushing harder now. Really pushing as hard as you can for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back to center. Blink those eyes open. Start to swing those arms side to side. Facing the front of your mat. Inhale, reach up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Place your hands down. Walk back for downward facing dog. Coming back to that breath. Breathing into the side of your ribs, the side of your stomach. You have the option to stay here in downward facing dog with both arms down, or you have the option to shift extra weight to your left hand so the right hand is up on fingertips, or maybe even reach your right hand down towards your left thigh or lower towards the left calf and ankle. Regardless, from the shoulder you are pushing the earth down and away as you raise your tailbone to the ceiling. As we hold for 20 more seconds. And 10 more. 3, 2, both hands down, drop the knees, child's pose. Walk your hands over to the right side, maybe even off of your mat. What you're looking for here, you're reaching your left arm up and over your head to the right side. So you're finding some length, some stretch along the left side of your body. As you drop your butt back down towards the heels. And as always, exploring into that sensation using the breath. Walking the hands back to the center. Rise up onto your knees. Okay, I suggest here, if you know you at all have sensitive knees, that you take this folded blanket and place it underneath your knees just to give you a little bit of added cushioning. Once you have that, nice and comfy, you are going to step your left foot up and forward while the right knee stays planted. Right knee down, left foot forward, rise for a kneeling position, find your balance. Maybe start with your hands resting on the knees. Okay, so I suggested first shifting your weight back more towards the back leg than the front one. Rising nice and tall, long spine. Okay, everybody, you are searching for a stretching sensation in the front side of that right hip. If you already have it, then fantastic, just hang out here. If you want a little bit more, you rise tall, then tuck your tailbone under your body. If your pelvis is a big bowl, you're pouring that bowl backwards. Okay? From there, you can then squeeze your right glute to push that right thigh back behind you. If you still need more to find that sensation, you can then subtly drop your weight and your hips down towards that front foot. Once you find that sensation, find your balance. Inhale. Reach your arms tall and strong to the ceiling. Never shrugging up and crunching at the neck, but nonetheless reaching strong and opening up that upper back. Fingertips touch. Hands out in front. left foot is nicely balanced. If something's wonky is happening at the knee, slow it down and make sure this stays stable. Right hand reaches forward, left hand reaches back. Either hang out here, or if you want a little bit more, you drop that back hand down towards that rear heel as your top hand opens and reaches tall and over. Dropping your hips forward and down, using your breath to breathe into the side of your ribs. 3 more breaths here, wherever you're at. Release. Hands back in front. Bring both hands on your fingertips down inside of that front foot. You're now going to want to inchworm or step or push that front leg farther forward towards the front of the mat. Because what we're doing is picking the toes on that front foot up and starting to straighten that knee as you fold forward, so you're finding that same hamstring stretch we had in the forward fold. Pull the toes up towards your knee. If it's too intense, just bend that knee more. Either just stay in stillness here and enjoy the breath, or begin to move your foot in big, slow circles, feeling how that sensation changes. Really slowly is the key here. Switch directions if you were making circles. Use your hand to help rebend that front knee. This back knee and back foot, swivel your back foot across your body to the left side of your mat. Place your right hand down, and now carefully sit down on your butt on your right side. Whenever you fall, keep your legs exactly as they are. Your legs are exactly as they are. Your right leg is bent, your left leg is right on top of that right knee. Now, bend your left knee, and if you can, bring your left heel, your left ankle outside of that right knee. If the blanket's getting in the way, we don't need that right now, you can just kind of throw that blanket out of there. So you are a human pretzel right now. Very likely your pretzel is shifted onto your right hand. Start to shift over to your left side. Maybe you can place your left hand down on the ground and shift onto that left hand so your right hand lifts up. If your right hand is lifted up, you can then give that top knee a big hug or a headlock, your choice. Pull it into your chest. Pull that knee in, rise tall, and start to sit that left hip down towards the ground. All you're looking for is a sensation on the outside of your left hip. So once you have that, just settle in gently and enjoy the breath. Release. Place your right hand down. That bottom knee stays exactly where it is. The top leg kicks up and over. So you're in this 90-90 position, also called deer pose. So there's about a 90-degree angle at the knee, about a 90-degree angle between the thighs. Somewhere in that ballpark. Okay. Your right hand is placed down. Start to lean your belly button down towards that right knee as you reach your left hand forward. Stop whenever it gets too intense. Then push that right knee down into the ground to rise back tall. Okay? Place your left hand behind you. Your feet are glued to the ground. Your knees lift up and over. So you're in the same position but just facing the other direction. Place your left hand down. Lean your belly button towards that left knee as you reach your right hand forward. push your right knee down, rise back tall.
Okay. So if you use your hands a lot, it's a bit easier. If you use your hands very little or not at all, it's harder. So let's continue. Swivel your left knees up and over. Left hand reaches, belly button to right knee. Lift and swivel. If your knee ever feels unsafe, I recommend pulling your toes up towards the knee actively. Reach. Rise. 2 more on each side. Always moving with the breath. Wherever you're at, you're going to finish the next time that your right knee is the forward knee. Right knee facing the front of your mat. Okay. So from here, if you're not on the mat, resetting yourself on the mat. It's okay to inchworm a little bit there. Your left leg, your back leg, straighten in towards the back of the mat. Place your right elbow down at the front right corner of the mat. Bring your right leg underneath your left leg. We're going to do a side plank. Fun vocab word of the day, as Nancy has taught me, this is called an odalisque position in painting. So everybody get into your odalisque position. Bottom knee down, or if you want it to be stronger, you can lift your knees up as you press your elbow and lower limb down to raise your hips tall off the ground. Bending that bottom knee and pushing that bottom knee down is the easier version, whatever it is for you. Top hand reaches up as we hold for 15 seconds. Three, two, rotate onto your front side, knees down or lifted, both forearms down for forearm plank. Let's just enjoy 3 full breaths here. Everybody has the option here to either drop down on your belly for a rest or keep your hips lifted, elbows down, push your butt up and back. It's a downward facing dog, but on the elbows. If this doesn't feel right for you, just join. We will all meet up on our bellies in a second. No matter where you are, you're just following and enjoying the breath. Right. If you were in that dolphin pose, just drop your hips down all the way onto the ground, all the way prone. Shake your hips, maybe bend your knees and windshield wiper side to side. Come back to neutral. Okay. Place both of your hands over your lower back like you are in handcuffs. Let's start with one arm at a time. Your right arm stays still. Your left arm is going to swing out to the side like you're making a big snow angel or doing a brush stroke. You're going to then reach your arm up overhead, give a big thumbs up, then swing back the way you came, down, around, onto the lower back. Switch to the right arm. Swing out, make a big overhead reach, thumbs up, and back the way you can. Okay, we're going to do 2 more. And you can either do one arm at a time, or you can do both arms at once. Both arms at once, like this. Nice and slow. Big reach, thumbs up. Slowly down, around to where you started. Last one, wherever you're at. bring your arms into your sides of your chest like you're about to do a push-up. Push up into tabletop position. And we're all going to meet in downward facing dog. If you need to take a quick intermission in child's pose, we're absolutely free to do that. Nice, full breaths. Maybe beginning to shift more weight onto your right hand so that your left hand comes up onto the fingertips, or even reaches down towards that right thigh or right calf and ankle. Regardless, pushing the earth away, raising your tailbone high. 10 more seconds. Both hands down. Drop your knees. Child's pose. Walk your hands over to the left. Finding that length in your right side body. Sinking in. Enjoying the breath. Feel free to close the eyes if that feels good to you. Gently coming back to the center, hanging out in the middle just to let things neutralize. Rising up onto your hands and knees, using this moment to place your cushioning underneath your knees if you have discarded it. We're going to be on the knees for a while here, so I really want to make sure they're nice and supported. Whenever you're ready, your left knee stays down, your right foot steps up and forward. Big reach. Use your hands to inch more of your foot forward, whatever you gotta do. Find your balance. Hands on the knees, rise tall. Shift over the back knee. Find that length through the front of that left hip. One more. Tug your tailbone under. Squeeze that left glute to drive that thigh back behind you. Then drop your hips down and forward to that front heel. All options. Back off if you need to. Lift your hands. Find your balance. Inhale. Reach strong and tall to the ceiling. Fingertips together. Arms out in front. Left hand reaches forward. Right hand reaches back behind you. If it feels appropriate for you, you reach your back hand down towards your rear foot. Left hand reaches up and over. As you drop your hips more forward and down. Big, deep breaths into your ribs. 3 more here. Gently release. Arms
fingertips down inside of your front foot. Inchworm or push that right foot farther forward so that when you pick your toes up towards your knee and fold forward and down, you find a stretch on the back of that hamstring, back of that leg. It's okay if that knee's bent, as long as you feel some sensation. The option now to start circling that foot. Big, slow circles. Switching directions. Rebend that front knee. Shake it out. Bringing your back left foot across your body, across the mat, placing your left hand down and falling over onto your butt on your left side. Whenever you land, leave your legs as they are. Get that blanket out of the way if it's bothering you. Okay. So that bottom left leg is bent. Now bring your right ankle inside of your left thigh. Perfect. With the option then to transition to your right hand and hug your left knee into your chest. If your right butt is lifted up off the ground, slowly sinking it towards the floor. As you rise taller. Gently releasing that hug from your knee. Your bottom leg stays where it is. Top leg lifts up and over. Good. Left knee is forward. Pull the toes up towards the knee to keep it safe. Place your fingertips if you want some assistance. Belly button towards the knee and reach. As you rise, flip up and over. Same for the other side. Coming back to that front side. Before you go back to the other side, we're going to do something extra. I know this wasn't complicated enough already. Now tall. Your back leg, that right leg, lifts up off the ground. Swing that leg up and over your left thigh. It's still floating. Back around to where it came from. Place it down. Then switch. Reach. And rise. Back leg lifts. Big rainbow swing. Back way it came. Hold. And down. Continuing on your own. 2 more each side. Now, last one, wherever you're at, place your left elbow at the top left corner of your mat. Bring your legs back, stacked on top of each other for your O to S posture.
Knees down or lifted, whatever feels appropriate for you. Push the ground away. Rise those hips tall. Reach your hand to the ceiling. As we hold for 20 seconds. And onto your forearms, knees down or knees lifted. 3 breaths. We're all going to meet in downward facing dog. If you would like to go to dolphin pose with your elbows down first, feel free to join me for that. Taking a quick break in child's pose, if that's what your body's asking for. If you were a dolphin, transition to downward facing dog, where we all meet for our final downward dog of the day. Let's really enjoy it. Staying here for a minute. From this point on, as we're slowly transitioning to a state of relaxation and calm focus, probably going to speak a little bit less. But as always, stay with the breath. 30 more seconds. Set your knees down, child's pose. Letting those eyes close if it feels good to you. Slowly shifting forward onto your belly. Your right knee picks up to your side. It's like a tree pose, but on your belly. It's called fallen tree. Starting to drop that right hip down towards the ground if it's lifted. Just looking for a gentle sensation. Straighten your left arm out to the side. Your right knee and foot picks up and over your body, so you plant your right toes on the opposite side of that leg. Raise that knee to the ceiling for wrestler's twist. If it's too much, just back out, back into that fallen tree.
Release back to the center. Maybe place your hands up on your forearms or a blanket as we just enjoy lying here before evening out the other side. Your left knee now picks up into your side. As you drop your left hip a bit farther down to the ground. Straighten your right arm out to your side. If it feels good, rolling towards your right side as you pick your left knee up and over the rest of this twist. Now as we exit this twist, rolling to the left side, continue as you roll to roll all the way over your left shoulder onto your back. Center yourself on the back. At this point, wanting to be as comfy as possible, so maybe using a blanket as a pillow. Bend both knees. Hug your left knee into your chest as your right foot stays down on the ground with the knee bent. Right foot is touching the ground. Now place the outside of your left ankle on top of your right knee. And then open your left knee up to the side. Your arms spread out to the side to give you some support. Drop the sole of your left foot down to the ground on your right side. Looking for a gentle sensation on the outside of that left leg. If you're able to get there and still want a little more, you can grab your left knee with your right hand and pull that knee down towards the floor, rolling onto that right side. Slowly releasing that twist. Place both feet on the ground with the knees bent. And slowly windshield wipering center. Knees bent. Hug your right knee into your chest. Place the outside of your right ankle on your left knee. And gently drop the sole of your right foot down to your left side. And maybe using that left hand to pull the knee deeper into the ground. Gently releasing, doing a few windshield wipers. We're pausing in the middle, hugging your knees into your chest, giving yourself a big hug. Thanking yourself for giving your body the space, the movement, the mindfulness that it needs to be calm and healthy. Take a big, deep inhale. As you exhale, let it all go through the mouth. Lie out your arms and legs. Any last adjustments you need to be truly comfortable. Even lying out your blanket if you're feeling chilly. Just letting go of all of that tension and strength you just used. You don't need it anymore. Starting at the feet, relaxing all of the muscles in your toes, in your feet, your ankles and calves. Fully relaxing your knees, your thighs, relaxing your hips, letting go of tension in your belly, in your pelvic floor, in your lower back. Letting go of breathing any particular way. Just breathing in a relaxed, effortless, and natural way. Relaxing your hands, your forearms, your elbows, your arms, your shoulders, relaxing
Relaxing your neck, your jaw, relaxing your face, even your tongue, all the way up to the crown of your head. No effort required. Supported by the earth beneath you. Just melt into it. Gently beginning to wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers, maybe pulsing your wrists or ankles up and down, swaying your hips side to side, rolling your neck, getting blood recirculating. Eyes are still closed. Reaching your arms up overhead. And when you're ready, just rolling over onto your right side, like you're sleeping on your right side. Just enjoying being here. Relaxing on our side for a moment. Such a natural position to be in. Slowly, with your eyes still closed, pushing yourself up into a comfortable seated position. Just a brief seated meditation. Now I want you to be comfy here, so you can have your legs out to the side, or what I recommend maybe is sitting up on your bolster, on your big pillow, so that your hips are lifted up above your knees. If you need to open your eyes to get into that position, that's all right. Everybody, get comfy. If your foot's falling asleep, or you're cramping up, or your back hurts, that's not very conducive for a good meditation. So it's okay to move. It's okay to scratch an itch. Doesn't matter. If your eyes were open, gently letting them close again.
noticing that even though your eyes are closed, there's still some sense, some awareness of color, of shape, of form. Even though your eyes are closed, you're still seeing. Notice that this act of seeing, being aware of what you see, requires no effort whatsoever. It just naturally, effortlessly comes and goes through your awareness, noticing that the same is true for sound, for the sound of my voice coming and fading away, the act of hearing completely effortless. The same true for all other sensations, touch, smell, taste, just coming and going like a cloud floating across a clear blue sky. Not resisting them as they come or go, not holding on to them, just gently releasing your grip. Just like sensations, feelings, and thoughts come and go completely effortlessly. Nothing to do, just let go of your grip and rest in that awareness. Any thoughts that come and go? Maybe, wow, this is a really deep meditation. Or, gee, my mind is so busy, I really suck at meditating. They're just thoughts that come and go. Nothing to accomplish, nothing to do, just be. Whenever you've got carried away on a train of thought, once you notice you're already off the train, just gently, compassionately
compassionately relax your grip. Rest as awareness. Eyes still closed, beginning to deepen the breath. To come back into the sensation of the breath. Beginning to introduce some small, gentle movements. Fingers and toes. Swaying side to side, straightening one leg or the other, beginning to massage to help blood recirculate through your legs, through your arms. Maybe even your temples, your cheeks, your face. And coming back to your nice, comfy seated position. As you sit tall, bring your hands into your heart, palms together. Take a moment to thank yourself for giving your body, your mind, the care that it needs. It's not an easy thing to do. It requires a lot of strength. Placing your hands down, as with no rush, very slowly, you blink your eyes open. Look around the room, all of the people who decided to practice with you today. I am very, very grateful that all of you guys took the time out of your Saturdays to come do yoga with me. There will be more to come. Before we, let's actually check the time. 5:26. Perfect. We're starting 15 minutes late. That's not too bad. Okay. Before we get up and clean and leave this place looking nicer than when we got here, shameless self-plug. I am renting out this room, and so while there is absolutely, and I mean this, I literally am just so happy that you guys decided to show up. If you would like to, I am accepting donations for this class and for classes going forward. And if you would like to do that, I have these lovely business cards here that Nancy's husband right here actually made for me, which is the nicest thing ever. But anyway, it has a link to my website, and on my website there is a Venmo and Zelle, whatever else. But honestly, more importantly, I don't care that much about that right now. Over the next few weeks, I am going to be developing that website, and I'm going to start basically advertising some more yoga classes. I want to keep these going, maybe even doing multiple different types within a week, as well as small group strength training classes at a gym that I work at. So
either if you are interested in that or know somebody, a parent, a coworker, somebody who could really benefit from that. Yeah, something to be aware of over the coming weeks. Regardless of any of that, once again, very grateful. Thank you guys.
Thank you, Dan.